everybody, Edo here, and this is Statecraft by Peter Blenkharn and being published by Inside the Box Board Games. This is live on Kickstarter, and I have to tell you, if you are into politics and policy, this is the game for you. You can check out their Kickstarter page, and I think this was play tested in a political science, in college. This is very true to the theme. It very much wants to be a game that gets you thinking about policy and action and their impact, and sort of doing that game theory thing where it's influencing you to make decisions you'd never make for winning, right? You're like, I'd never take candy from a baby, except in a game where playing that card means I win, right? And I think at the heart, that's part of what they're Peter and co. are trying to do with this game. And one of the things they tout about it is a huge range of plays and different game scenarios and different factions and things that you can different every time. I think it's true. It definitely delivers a lot of variation, but I have to say it's a variation done through lots of cards. This game, these are a lot of cards, and so you're going to be doing a little bit of setup and management each game. Not the end of the world, but worth noting. So quickly, you are a politician. At the beginning of the game, each player is a different faction leader, and I will set these aside. But you are going to have a couple different particular specialties. In this case, he's got economy and infrastructure, so he can play economy and infrastructure policies, and he'll have a special ability, and so you'll use policies that fit this guy, and then you can use his special ability. So everyone's going to start with a leader. That's who you are, and then there's a scenario. There's a basic one, which was some democratic scenario where you try and play a certain number of rounds and get the most supporters. But different scenarios end in different ways. Sectarian violence ends in a certain number of turns, and the winner has the most extreme manifesto. Democratic election, 8 turns. Winner with the most supporters, and they're all different, mostly around different ways of voting in different places around the world. And so in essence, what you're doing in this game is you are going to be playing policies. There's a policy and action deck, and you have a hand, and you're drawing policies and actions, and you're using them to get politicians and do other things. And mind you, great graphic design, and it works. These are super intense, right? You get to play a top half, positive or negative, or you can play the other side. So each card's 2 policies, and it takes a little bit to get used to. But you are going to be playing policies behind your leader, saying you're for these policies or below. And those choices affect your budget. One neat thing about this game is the budget. You can be plus 5 billion, I don't know, but plus 5 on this chart. I'm going to slide this stuff off, but you can be up to 5 positive, or up to 5 negative, or down to 5 negative. So you have basically this idea. You have a budget. It doesn't exactly have to be balanced. It can have a surplus or it can have a deficit, but as long as it's not crazy on either end, you're okay. Then you have essentially your meters of what is it? We have socialism, authoritarianism, anarchism, and free market capitalism. These are the major vectors, and there's something on the Kickstarter about how that's important in political science, but I'll leave that to the people who care about that specifically. But these are the dynamics of the game, and each one of these policies move them up and down. So you're going to be moving some up, some down, and as you do that, you are able to then entice supporters who may need to have a line. This guy needs anarchism at 4, or he won't give you support. But then there's minimums. Can't what is the eyeball? Authoritarianism can't be higher than 5, right? So some are different thresholds that this person needs. But once you've hit those thresholds, you can take them to your side. If you play some policies that change your thresholds, other players can steal your supporters. And then there's a bunch of actions you can play versus other people to sabotage them, and a bunch of hate cards that work out pretty well and all themed correctly to the game. as you play, beyond just your faction leader, you also get other politicians to work out with you. These are what give you access to policies that you might not be able to do. So you might be the economy guy, but that doesn't mean you're going to have the welfare policies. But then you go to the welfare lady and you say, hey, join my ticket. And it was fun to roleplay with these, actually. I played with Seth, and we had a good time pretending to be campaigning against each other. The cards make it a little bit fiddly, I do have to say, and the instructions needed some work, though I've seen a version since which is much cleaner. So there is a little bit to it. Really interesting, engaging, probably gotta want to play a game about politics, right? Like this game lives and dies by its faithfulness to politics, like Lab Wars to Lab. So definitely keep that in mind, but if you're a junkie and you like this kind of thing, he really did a nice job executing the theme and the idea and the concept together. So check it out on Kickstarter. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.